Hey, YouTube. Well, I'm not here to report anything good. YouTube discourages us little people from reporting on current events, so we always get demonetized on this thing. But I feel like it's something we got to talk about in our own community. So this thing is going on in Kenosha, Wisconsin. We know the story about the guy, Jacob Blake, who was shot 7 times in the back, right? So they've been rioting ever since. He was shot 7 times in the back by a police officer. I believe the police officer was holding his shirt and shooting him in the back 7 times. So he's crippled this man for life. Right? Ever since then, they've been having these protests. Violent protests. Burning up stuff and, rioting. Well, this 17-year-old punk decides to bring a gun, an AR-15, to these protests. And they say, now I don't know why we know he's 17. They're not saying that he's in custody. He's, in order for him to be in custody, for him to know he was 17 years old, I would think that means they have him in custody. Or how would they know who he was or anything about him? So it's still breaking. It's not totally clear yet. But I did save one of the clips. I'll post a link in here in the description. The one that I think shows you how blatant this racism is. Right? So after this dude done killed 2 people and injured another one, he's walking down the middle of the street. This young white boy, kid, he's walking down the middle of the street with an AR-15. That's like an assault weapon. An assault weapon strapped to his chest. Now, I don't know what's Wisconsin. Is it one of these open carry places where people can walk around with machine guns? 17 years old. Are you even able to buy a gun at 17 years old? Anyway, he's walking down the middle of the street. All the people around him are hollering and screaming, that dude just shot somebody, right? He's got tanks and armored cars and all these police, and they go right by him. He's in the middle of the street with the gun strapped to his chest. Everybody around him saying he is the killer. He is the shooter. They all go past him. Why wasn't this man killed? Every time we see one of these black people killed, they shot in the back. They shot while they're on the ground. They put their knee in their people's neck and choke them out. All this shit for these unarmed people. This man is walking down the middle of the street with an AR-15 and just killed 2 people. And he still does not get shot. Now, do you think if it was a black man walking down the middle of the street and everyone was shouting, he's the killer, and he was walking down the middle of the goddamn street with an AR-15 still strapped to his chest, with people laying dead on the street, do you actually believe that man would never receive 20, 30, 40 shots? That's what racism looks like. Prejudice looks like. I guess they would have to see this dude shoot somebody in order to arrest him. Initially, they didn't even get him. He walked right past them. So I don't know if he was in custody or not, but since they said he's 17 years old, they must know who he is. I haven't heard a report yet that he is in custody. I think it's a damn shame. This clip, I want you to look at it, shows all these cops, armored cops, tanks, rolling right past this dude in the middle of the street with an AR-15, and everyone is screaming, he is the killer. He is the shooter. Make up your own mind, people. Then you, Miss Nikki Haley, you tell me there's no prejudice here. Smart lady.